Hey guys, welcome back to the final episode of Road to 500 Mil. The series is finally complete, and this pretty much marks the first series I've ever fully completed, which is very nice. Yeah, first time actually. As you can see, we have 570 mil cash. Let's see, 570, 49K. So well over the 500 mil marker that the goal. Of our goal of 500 mil, and that also includes during the series I bought Pernix boots, gloves, chaps, and body, and then Virtus gloves and the Dragon Axe and Tectonic at one point I invested in. So we've probably made close to like 600 or 700 mil in this series, which is very nice. But you know, I don't know. I haven't counted it up. So pretty much the way that I got from episode 9 not having enough money to now in this episode having completed the series is by, if you saw my Barrows video, I got double Merciless Shield loots in one chest, which I did not know was possible. But it was a very nice surprise, and just like that, I made 123 mil off that one chest, and that was enough to get me to 570. So very nice surprise, and the series is now complete. So now that the series is done, I can finally move on and invest this money into some skills, because I had started a Road to Max series, and you know that really got nowhere. If you watched, you'll see that I didn't get anywhere at all. But oh yeah, and I forgot, during the series I did spend 80 mil on 99 prayer, so we probably did make about 700 mil in this series, which is very nice. And so now that I have some money, I can get some buyables up. Probably crafting is going to be the most expensive. Crafting and construction, those two right there can pretty much wipe out the entire 500 mil. But I'm not going to buy those now because obviously I like, wow, dat boy's crack. But I like having the money in my stack, so I'm not going to buy them yet. And, you know, I really don't feel like skilling with Barrows out right now. I'd rather continue to do that. So now, since the series is over, I guess I'm going to take a little recap on how all of the money was made. And it wasn't, I'm a little disappointed in the way that I did this series, and that I only did really one boss and most of my money coming from solo necks. But, you know, it ended up being pretty profitable, and that was the whole goal. So beginning the beginning of the series, I went to Barrows. My starting gear, obviously, the Torva and full Torva and Drygor longswords, and I headed to Barrows, what am I saying, Barrows? I headed to Bandos and did some solo Bandos. I did 10 hours of that in my loot of 10 hours video, which if you haven't seen, that very good loots in that video if you're interested. But I ended up making about 30 mil from that. The very first 30 mil in the series, which was very nice. Then I borrowed a little money from my friends and loaned my Torva for some collateral, and I got me full Pernix, which I have again, and at the time was a little bit more expensive than it is now, and dual Ascension, and I went and did 10 hours of solo Arma, and that was amazing. That ended up being probably the most surprising boss out of all of them that I did, probably the luckiest, even though it wasn't the most profitable. I made 50 mil in the 10 hours, and I also got 4 effigies. I was just incredibly lucky there, and due to the loss of the Ascension and items that I had bought, I ended up only netting at about 50 mil total made after those 2 boss trips, even though it should have been 80. I lost a little bit of money on my armor after doing Arma. So yeah, so after that, I made the investment. I sold my Torva and my Drygor, and I made the investment, and I bought Tectonic, which I still have now. I've actually lost my mask because I forgot to protect it, and it's degraded to dust, but I still have the top and legs, and both are at about 35 and 45% because my legs did degrade one time due to an unfortunate, on-death degrading. And then I also bought Virtus Wine and Book, and I began my adventures soloing necks. And this was the most profitable part of the series. I got from about 50 to over 400 mil doing this, because at the time Virtus was incredibly overpowered. Tectonic was super overpowered. I ended up getting like 7 or 8 drops, most notable being Virtus Wand. I got a T-Plate, was my very first solo, and then I got a Zarite Bow and Torva Legs, and so those were probably the 4 best drops, along with some other smaller drops in the process. And that was the bulk of my money. I then ended up selling the Virtus Wand and book back, which actually goes against the rules, so we can't really count the money that I made there as part of the series. But I ended up making about a 60 mil merch, about a 40 mil merch off those things, because I bought my V1 137, sold it for almost 170, and then the book rose a little bit, like 5 or 10 mil from what I bought it, and ended up being a pretty good merch. So actually this should be about 530 mil, but either way we're still over the 500 mil. After selling that back, I got my chaotic staff and used it to replace Virtus Wand and book, because after a few mage updates I could no longer solo next. After taking a break to do some 07, I couldn't solo next, and I still can't to this day. It's a little upsetting that now I can only do next, but it's alright. And during that time we also got our first Virago kills. I never got any loot, but a couple of my friends got some orb splits and made a little bit of money that way, but I still have yet to get a Virago split. And then after that, after a little bit of like no money made for a while, just some duo necks with the chaotic staff, chaotic wand, chaotic staff and things like that. Finally, just a few days ago, Barrows comes out, get the double shields, and now we're here. So that's pretty much a quick recap of this series. It's been a very profitable series, I must say. 0 to 570 mil, it's pretty good, along with 80 mil made on a, or 80 mil spent on a 99, and a little bit of other stuff bought. So, so yeah, it was a very enjoyable series. I did make the videos a little boring because at the end here, like now, I haven't shown any live PVM clips due to my computer running a little bit slowly and stuff like that. And I just don't like to lag when doing bosses like Solo Next because I need every little advantage I can get. But I will be doing some more PVM clips and things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series. I'll probably do another series similar to it, or even the exact same thing. I'll do it again because, you know, I love PVM on this game and I love making money. It's the most fun thing to do in my opinion. That's why I play the game, is to make money and be able to buy stuff and buy skills and things like that. So, yeah, so thanks for joining me on this journey, I guess. I guess that sounds a little too deep for just a video game series, but, you know, that's really what it was. So basically, thanks for watching this series. I really appreciate all the likes and feedback that I've gotten, all the subscribers I've gained because of it. And yeah, so yeah, I guess that's really all I have left to say at this point. It is now time for me to buy some skills, which I will not be doing now because obviously, like I said, I don't want to invest yet, but this series is complete. Time for me to spend this money later in the near future. And other than that, once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys, and hopefully I'll be coming out with another series soon. I don't have any ideas yet, but if you have any ideas, let me know in the description. I'll consider it. And other than that, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and, you know, have a good day.